What is up, everybody? It's Animac here for AnimeUproar, and today I will be delving deep into the chaos once again in order to explain what exactly just happened in the 7 Deadly Sins. We got to see Arthur showing some big sword energy. We learned more about the monster, Cath Palug, and Merlin is still up to some mysterious secret plan. There is a lot to talk about, so let's jump into it. If you enjoy the 7 Deadly Sins content on this channel and you want to support it, please leave a like to let me know. And if you happen to be new to AnimeUproar, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. Massive thank you to all of our AnimeUproar patrons who make videos like this one possible. The number of people who have been supporting us on Patreon and here on YouTube using the join function has been growing every month. Thank you guys so much. I'll talk more about Patreon at the end of the video, but now, please be warned that this video will contain 7 Deadly Sins manga spoilers. We're talking about the most recent developments in the story, so please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Chapter 339 starts off with Arthur lying on the ground and crying out in pain in the aftermath of his right arm being devoured by Cath. The Sins rush to help Arthur, and they are all confused as to why Cath would attack him. They were all under the impression that Cath loved Arthur and that the two of them were friends, and I think that the rest of us were under that same impression as well, including Arthur. The Lady of the Lake explains that Cath is after the power of chaos, and that Arthur is its target for that very reason. According to the Lady of the Lake, Cath in his true form is very different from the Cath we've come to know, so that is why the lady was not able to recognize Cath for who it really was. For some reason, not only was Cath's appearance different, but its magic was different as well. Cath's full name is Cath Palug, and he is the embodiment of the desire for and obsession with the power of chaos. If you've seen my previous 7 Deadly Sins video, then you will know who Cath Palug is. A cat-like monster right out of Arthurian legend whose mother is a great white pig known as Henwen. According to the lady, Cath Palug is known as the beast tyrant who had challenged Chaos to a fight because he wanted to become the king of Chaos himself. According to legend, Cath Palug lost his fight against Chaos and he was exiled as a result. But he committed so many evil deeds in the land that he was exiled to that he was eventually sealed away by the Goddess clan. This connection to the Goddess clan is pretty interesting. If the goddesses had sealed Cath Palug away, then how and why was he released? I assume he wasn't in the coffin of eternal darkness since he doesn't seem to have a direct connection to the demon clan, but it's hard to know for sure at this point. Maybe the goddesses released Cath for a specific reason. Maybe the goddesses are trying to gain the power of chaos so that they can use it to bring back their physical forms. That would be interesting in my opinion, but it's totally possible that Cath just found a way to unseal himself and this has little to do with the goddesses. The specifics of Cath's being sealed away and then being unsealed are still unknown to us at this time. As Ban and Meliodas prepare to fight against Cath's new monstrous form, even though they have no idea what the creature is actually capable of, Arthur calls on them to wait and he forces himself up to his feet despite his injuries. Arthur tries to reason with Cath and he tells the monster to stop. After all, they were friends this whole time and Cath had even risked his own life to protect Arthur. But the beastly Cath explains that he hung around Arthur and protected him because he was waiting for the power of chaos to awaken within Arthur. So the plan has always been to eventually devour Arthur and take the power of chaos from him. Cath Palug then creates a massive vortex in an attempt to suck in and devour everyone present, including Arthur. Merlin uses her Exterminate Ray in an attempt to stop the vortex, but this doesn't seem to have very much effect. As King points out, the Sins are already exhausted from the fight with the Demon King, so this is not the best time for them to have to fight an overpowered monster with a power that they don't even know or understand. Standing firmly on his feet, Arthur asks Cath one more question: "What am I to you?" Cath Palug replies by saying, "Food." Arthur is just a delicious meal for him. When he hears this, Arthur is relieved because this means that he can strike down the beast without any hesitation. Arthur is then able to summon his legendary sword Excalibur out of the vortex that Cath Palug created. And as Cath attacks Arthur in an attempt to eat him, Arthur manages to use the new and improved Excalibur to cut right through the monster. Cath is seemingly destroyed just like that, as the monster appears to crumble to pieces in the face of Excalibur. And with that, Arthur is apparently victorious, but right after that, Arthur collapses. It looks like he has been completely sapped of his energy. His decision to be the one who fights Cath, although effective, took a lot out of him, which makes sense when we consider the extent of his injuries. Merlin rushes over to Arthur, and Elizabeth quickly says that they must bring Arthur back to Leonis in order to treat his wounds. However, Merlin says that she has done too much and she can no longer mix the sins up with her selfish whims. Merlin then says thank you to Meliodas, Elizabeth, and everyone else before using a spell to teleport everyone else away from her and Arthur. As her and Arthur remain alone, she says that this is how it should be because she chose this path herself. Merlin then refers to Arthur as her master, and she vows to protect him even if it costs her her life. The final page, according to some translations, reads, "Without seeking for their understanding nor their help, the witch carries on a new sin." Man, this chapter was weird, and it raises so many questions. What exactly is this new sin that the witch is carrying? Is it referring to something bad that she did or is about to do? Or is this trying to tell us that Arthur will literally become a new member of the Seven Deadly Sins and replace Escanor? On top of that, why is Merlin calling Arthur her master when she has been his mentor this whole time and when he is so much younger and less experienced than her? I guess Merlin might just be committed to serving the King of Chaos, but if so, what exactly does she need to protect Arthur from? By the looks of it, Cath is completely destroyed, unless the monster can regenerate or something along those lines, and we know that the Demon King has been defeated, so who else could possibly challenge the King of Chaos? The obvious answer is of course the Supreme Deity, but she has been ignored for so long in the story that talking about her until we get some concrete information about her seems like a waste of time at this point. Also, if Cath has really been defeated by just a single cut from Arthur's sword, then what was the point of this big Cath twist in the first place? Why have Cath transform and attack the Sins, only to have the same creature one-shotted in the very next chapter? In my previous 7 Deadly Sins video, I speculated that Cath may have a bigger role to play in all of this, and that perhaps Cath was somehow connected to the goddesses and the Supreme Deity. It now seems that Cath is connected to the goddesses in the sense that they were the ones who had sealed it away, and so perhaps the goddesses were the ones who decided to release Cath again when the right time came. But other than that, I am really not sure about Cath's overall relevance to the story. As things stand right now, my suggestion that Cath may be more important to the story than we realize seems highly unlikely. Other than being born from the Mother of Chaos and being obsessed with obtaining the power of Chaos, what was Cath's purpose in the story? At this point, I'm really not sure. Finally, what is Merlin really up to right now? She called Arthur her master and pledged to protect him. She also used magic to get rid of all her friends, and now she's alone with Arthur and I guess the Lady of the Lake? So what is she going to do, and what new sin is she carrying? Merlin might still have some crazy sinful plan in mind, a plan that may involve her sacrificing her own life to protect Arthur. But we have very few details about what she could be planning next. All we know is that it definitely involves the incredible power of chaos, and that the target of Merlin's wrath might be the Supreme Deity, but again, might is the key word here. It's clear that Merlin has been hiding things from the Sins and that she is clearly up to something that involves Arthur and the power of chaos, but we don't really have enough information to speculate much further. I will say that I liked seeing the return of Excalibur, and at this point it looks like Excalibur has finally become the kind of legendary OP weapon that Arthurian legend builds it up to be. I'm looking forward to learning more about the new Excalibur and seeing it in action again, but with that said, I really do wish that we had gotten more answers in this latest chapter. At this rate, we just keep getting more and more unanswered questions, and I'm betting that a lot of you are getting pretty anxious to get some freaking answers just like I am. Oh, and speaking of questions, how exactly does the Lady of the Lake fit into all of this, and what role is she going to play in the rest of the story? There is just so much that is still a total mystery to us. Let me know what you guys think. Did you enjoy Chapter 339, or did you find it as cryptic as I did? Are you okay with the way that things are going, or are you getting anxious to get more answers? And what is Merlin really planning? What is she about to do next? Feel free to share your feedback, both positive and negative, down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the 7 Deadly Sins content on this channel and you want us to keep it going, please leave a like to let me know. And if you happen to be new to AnimeUproar, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. You can also hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar for all the latest news and updates. And a big thank you to all of our AnimeUproar patrons for making videos like this one possible. With all the YouTube problems lately, patron support is more important than ever, so thank you guys so much. Special thanks to all of our Pro Hero tier patrons, including the one and only Gilgamesh, Nothing But a Fan, Jason Wilson, King Zeldris, $50 Beat, Anatoly Kazatsky, Alpha Dio, Angel Cruz, Team Sparky 65, Cricket XP, Rohan Kapoor, Jessica Maloney, and Emperor Otaku. And I can't forget the ones that rise above all other clans. A massive thank you to all of our The One tier patrons, including Ingrata, Alolanadam, Makotakun, The World, Steelers, The School Bus, and Tyson Quirino. If you enjoy our work and you feel that it provides value to you, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Even a single $1 will give you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, and your name will appear on our videos along with these legendary people. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.